Hello and welcome to days 3 and 4 of the Grand Vegas road trip. Yesterday and today have been absolutely mega and we're still only halfway through. You join me right now in Zion National Park. We've made our way up into Utah and we've got some grand adventures here before the Grand Canyon tomorrow. But this place is incredible. It's like being on another planet again. The way we started yesterday was we obviously took our pit stop back in Vegas, if you watched episode 2, and then we headed up out of Nevada and towards Utah, on the way heading into Valley of Fire State Park. And that place is so dramatic. The only thing that I can compare it to is the Wadi Rum Desert. We had a searing 45-minute hike around a secluded part of the desert and then made our way back to the car and drove our way through all of the incredible winding roads, and it was just non-stop amazing views. And we've made it over to Hollow Reservoir after crossing the straight border into Utah. My first time in this state. What have I done now? 1, 2, 3, 4 states actually, technically, because we've brushed into Arizona on the way through. And this is a reservoir, as I just said, and there's loads of jet skis, boats that go out, and we've got a few people down there jumping in. We're at a place called Jumping Rock, essentially just getting the last bit of sun in before we settle in a town called Hurricane, another very small town tonight, before making our way to Zion National Park tomorrow, which is the main event of this video. I haven't tested the depth here, so don't show my mum this, but I'm gonna jump in here and cool off just from about 1 meter high. Ready, boys? Woo! Nice. Nice, Tom. See? Nice. After Valley of Fire, the best way to finish. Go on then, Matt. Show us what you're made of. Nice one. Woo! Nice and cool. Come on. All right, let's try and jump in off the big one. 3, 2, 1. All right, Matt's turn now. I've done one. In you go, mate. And so this morning we bursted out of the hotel bright and early in order to make it to Zion National Park, and the drive here, as has been the case everywhere, was stunning. We arrived at the park, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you how I got to standing on this ledge right now and what we've got to look forward to for the rest of the day. So what happened was you need a permit in order to get here, and a foreigner's permit was about $35. So we drove into the park, and then you can find, it said the car park was full, but we managed to find a nice spot on the side of the road that was only a 10-minute hike from the start of where the shuttle buses take you into all of the routes so that you can choose a trek of your choice. And the most famous 2 treks here, which you may have heard of, are Angel's Landing and the Narrows. And so we decided we're going to show you an alternative version of both of those, and those themselves as well. But firstly, Angel's Landing requires a permit, and you can either do it in a lottery months in advance or you can do it in a lottery the day before. We tried the lottery the day before and were unsuccessful, but you can do about 80%, probably 90% of the exact same hike of Angel's Landing and get the exact same views, which is exactly what we did today. So we've made it up onto the top of this ledge to a plateau called Scout's Lookout, and we're about to have lunch up here now. But the plan for the rest of the day is we're going to trek another 2.5 miles up along the West Rim Trail, and we're going to get as close as we can to a point called Cabin Springs. So if you're going to come, you can do the same thing for yourself, and it's a very long trek in the heat, but we're going to continue to enjoy the views for the rest of the afternoon. And then we're going to plummet back down again and take full advantage of the shuttle and head over to the Narrows, which is where this winding river makes its way all the way along the canyon. It's the very most northern point of that. So we're going to get into the water, have a little wade potentially if we've got time, and then head out tonight to a small town called Kanab, which will be the base of tomorrow's adventures, where, like I said, I'm gonna be hiking in the Grand Canyon from rim to rim. So I think we need to get some turkey sandwiches in us now, and then we'll continue our hike. And when I said a turkey sandwich, that is exactly what I meant. We got some fresh bread from the supermarket this morning, and literally, what was it, almost 2 pounds of turkey. So we're gonna split this up now. It's some sweaty poultry, but that's all you need for fuel to continue the hike. We've got a few bananas as well on this incredible lookout point. Very cool indeed. We've made it to the plateau as we followed the West Rim Trail even further up, and the views just get more and more stunning as we continue on this vantage point. And yeah, we're on a plateau now looking down into the valley. We're going to keep heading up that way, maybe get to the top of that tree. We've made it to the final destination of today's trek, and all you've got to do is walk from that first lookout point halfway to Cabin Springs and you get to the highest altitude section, and we have this incredible panoramic view all around us with 0 tourists. So this was 100% the best decision for the day, and I'm so glad that we've done it. Well, the best canyon I've ever been to and one of the best views I've ever seen. So we're just soaking this in up here now, and we've made plenty of time as well. We've got so much time left in the tank for the day. So we're going to soak this in on top alone and then head back down. Back in civilization after a very long but successful day. We ended up walking over to the Narrows, which is a 1.8k out and then 1.8k back trip. Looked at the water, looked at the amount of tourists, and thought, not for us today, because we washed off in a nice river and chilled there, overlooking the thing that we'd just climbed up just earlier, slightly earlier. So the Narrows, if you're gonna make a day of it and trek all the way along the canyon, I'm sure you can get to some secluded spots, but that's not what we wanted today after our incredible hike. And also, I'm in the Grand Canyon tomorrow, and these two are gonna be doing Antelope Canyon, so they'll have a slot canyon of their own to look forward to. So now we're taking the beautiful winding road that we've paid our $35 park fees for out of the park and making our way to a small town called Kanab, which is our rest stop in a little motel before a very early start tomorrow. What a great day out in Zion. This place has exceeded my expectations, and if you've not watched all the videos yet, my favorite day so far was day 1 with the Mustang and the Challenger. My second favorite day is today for sure. So after a smooth sunset winding drive out of Zion National Park for the last time, we made our way to the small town of Kanab, which is where we're staying as a pit stop tonight. And very aptly, small town, we got Jack Reacher on in the background before bed, but not for long. We're not gonna be up for long because it's a huge day tomorrow for all of us. The biggest, most intense day of the trip so far. But tonight, to fuel up, we got into a local barbecue restaurant, which was all of our favorite dinner so far. So we're all pretty buzzing with that. The beef brisket in southern Nevada and southern Utah is unbelievable. So fueled up and ready for tomorrow. We've also made a trip to the supermarket, so we've got all the protein bars and all the necessary snacks, because what I'm doing is trekking from rim to rim of the Grand Canyon. So starting bright and early, we'll be starting around 6 a.m. tomorrow on the north rim of the Grand Canyon and making it all the way to the south rim, hopefully by just after sunset. The boys are gonna drive around and go to Antelope Canyon and Horseshoe Bend as well. So they're gonna see all the scenic stuff that I'm missing, but we'll record all of it so you'll get the best of both, and we'll check in with what they're doing while I'm kind of mid Grand Canyon, which is gonna be fun. So thank you very much for watching episode 3 of this Vegas road trip. I'm so happy, and we are too, all of us are, about how the trip's going so far. Tomorrow's a big day. I'll see you on episode 4, where we'll be trekking the length of the Grand Canyon. Let's go.
Oh, you want me to say that?
You have to.
Oh, I have to. Like and subscribe.
No, say it with conviction and look
Please like and subscribe. Adam Radcliffe at YouTube,
.com.
Instagram, Facebook.